Yes, Kabir, what is your name?
Arabinda, Hati, sir.
Yes. Take your chair.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, quickly speak something about you.
Sir, myself Arabinda Hati. I am from Bengal, Odisha, and I have served in Indian Navy for 15 years and 28 days. Almost I have served in every port area, including Visakhapatnam, Ramanathapuram, and Andaman Nicobar Port Blair, Kochi, Karwar in Karnataka. And my hobby is watching lawn tennis matches on television, and my sports activities is cricket, and I have organized a couple of social activities in our area.
Okay. Can you share with us one of the most touching experiences of challenges that you have met during your service career in the Navy?
Sir, in 2018, while serving in Island Sardul, one of the amphibious ship of Indian Navy, we have received a call that we have to reach Colombo in the next morning for HIDR mission, humanitarian aid and disaster response mission, and the ship should be full of the humanitarian relief materials like medicines, food items, etc. We have worked throughout the night and sailed out from Kochi and reached Colombo in the next evening. That was one of the most important event, I think, in my career, sir, in naval career, sir.
Okay. What was your role in the Navy?
Sir, I was recruited as a airman. I have the experience in solving ATC air traffic controls as I am attached to the air branch of the Indian Navy, and I have the experience not only the operational but also staff attachment, as I have served in the headquarters of Karnataka Naval area, and my basic duties was to serve in ATC, in flight plans office, and in administrative work also I have worked in admin office and work office, which prepared the work related.
So you must be working with the Navy aircraft carriers.
Aircraft carrier? No, sir. I have not worked in aircraft carrier, but I have worked in INS Sardul, the only ship carrier in my life, sir, from 2008 to 2009, 2017 to 2018. It was a helicopter carrier. The helideck was there, and my duty was to maintain the helideck and the ATC and communicating with the pilots.
So what is the role of the helicopters in the ship? What they do?
Sir, they are doing the helicopter for anti-submarine warfare, because
Yes.
some of anti-submarine warfare, seeking aircraft, camo aircraft, these are the helicopters which are engaged in anti-submarine warfare, because the helicopters are equipped with the anti-submarine warfare related sonars, etc. and search and rescue.
The helicopters are the equipment to identify where is a submarine.
Yes, sir.
Depends on where is a
Yes,
enemy
sir.
submarine.
Yes, sir. Enemy submarine inside the it is equipped with the sonar which detect the submarine inside
So
the
enemy
sea.
must be also having some kind of detections also, not to give you signals to your sonar.
Yes, sir. There may be, but there might
jamming,
be.
the process of jamming.
Yes, sir.
That jam it, that you will not detect there is a submarine inside.
Yes, sir.
So in that situation, what happens?
In that situation, sir, the mission may
So
be.
they can shut down the helicopter also. If you can detect the submarine, that submarine detects your helicopter.
But submarine cannot fire the aircraft because they fire torpedoes, which can't reach the air, sir. It is only towards in water to ship, anti-ship, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
it
sir.
is inside water, it can
Yes, sir.
fire anything.
Fire.
Yes, sir. Inside water, and it will reach the surface of the water, but not reach the air, because submarine only fire torpedoes, not any
Torpedoes.
torpedoes, sir.
Torpedo.
Torpedoes. One kind of ammunition, sir.
Okay. Tell us something about the maritime heritage of Orissa. In the past, what kind of ships were used in the historical times, and then how the trades were conducted when there was no such kind of mechanized ship available
Yes, sir. The maritime history of Orissa is very much historical. From since the time of Ashoka. Ashoka was annexed Odisha because it was one of the maritime power at that moment. The people of Odisha has active maritime contact with the countries of Southeast Asia like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Java, Borneo, which were part of Indonesia.
So, key type of ships when use करते how things of sailing was taking place.
There they were using the air which based on the wooden ship and fitted with sail, sir, fitted with sail which travel with the direction of the sail, and monsoon was played important role at the time because the monsoon they took their expeditions after the completion of monsoon and reached Odisha during the time of southeast monsoon.
What you said, can you give me an evidence that large boats were being used?
Yes,
very large boats.
Yes, sir.
In history, do we have any evidence in temple sculptures or in any written records? Do we have any reference that large ships were going this way and coming back? Which reference ଅଛି ଆମ ପାଖରେ?
Reference
ଅଛି ଆମ ପାଖରେ sun temple କୋଣାର୍କରେ ପ୍ୟାନେଲ୍ସ ଅଛି, କେତେ ଗୁଡ଼ା ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ପ୍ୟାନେଲ୍ ସବୁ ଅଛି, ବଡ଼ ବଡ଼ ହାତୀ ଠିଆ ହେଇଛି, ଲୋକ ରୋ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. Okay, those references are there.
Yes.
So that also corroborates what we are saying.
Yes,
Okay, about
Yes.
trade.
sir.
Achha, now that you have taken as your optional subject
Yes, sir.
history and political science and international relations, I'll ask you one or two questions. Tell me, what is the relationship between history and political science?
History is
In just
basically
one sentence.
history is basically the study of the past, and political science is basically the study of government, society, and political thought, philosophy, etc. And history and political science both are interrelated. These are part of the social science. History without political science is meaningless, and political science without history is also.
So the ideal way of putting it in one line is history is the root,
Yes, sir.
political science is the fruit.
Fruits. Sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is the ideal way of saying. Now, can you tell me something about the present international scenario?
Yes, sir.
That how the world is now, at what sort of a position, that you are from the Navy.
Yes, sir.
You should tell us about this in a very short.
In a very short term, the world is going towards a multipolar world, shifting from the unipolar world after the disintegration of the USSR. The world has only one power, that is the United States of America, and nowadays with the appearance of the power of India and China in the international scene, the world is going towards the multipolar world. The South, the Indo-Pacific is having a very active part in the future, because the most of the trade will be carried out in this state of through the state of Malacca, sir.
Okay. I'll have the last question. How many fundamental duties
Yes, sir.
are specified in our?
Sir, initially the fundamental duties were incorporated into the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act 1976. There were 10 fundamental duties initially, and the 11th fundamental duties was inserted to the Constitution of India in 2002 during the time of the first NDA government, sir.
86th amendment अभी कही देबो.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Sir,
86th
11th account.
11th, sir, giving educations to your wards to the
Yes.
age of 14 years old.
every parent
Every
had the
parent.
responsibility
Yes.
of providing education
Yes, sir.
to the what, from 6 to 12.
Yes,
Sir,
You watch table tennis.
yes. Not table tennis, sir. Lawn tennis.
What is lawn tennis?
Lawn tennis is initially played in England. and it is played in the lawns of the garden, lawns of the village, lawns of the houses at first, and it's
Is there any recent event?
the Wimbledon is going on during at the moment, sir, which is played in the southwest part of London, sir. It is the oldest tennis tournament in the world, and it is most prestigious.
Name a few renowned tennis player of India.
The renowned tennis players of India. At first, the persons who reached the Wimbledon semi-final, and only the she is the only tennis player to reach the semi-final of Wimbledon in singles, men's singles, is Ramanathan Kumar, and after that in doubles there's Mahesh Bhupathi and Leander Paes, were known as the Indian Express tennis players in the world. They have succeeded in both men's doubles and mixed doubles tournaments in almost every Grand Slam of the world, sir, the 4 Grand Slam of the world, sir.
Okay. So you have public administration, political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
What is oligarchy?
Oligarchy, let's see, lack of government, sir.
What is anarchy?
Sorry, anarchy is lack of government, sir.
Oligarchy.
I don't know, sir.
Monarchy.
Monarchy is the rule by the king, sir. The heritant king, sir.
Oh, suppose you are asked to segregate
Yes, sir.
the history from modern Indian history.
Yes, sir.
From which date you start? Consider it the modern Indian history.
The advent of European to the India, sir. That is the modern Indian history. I think it is the Aurangzeb period, and after the commencement of the Europeans to the.
You are sure?
Yes, sir.
When, in which year there was first war of independence?
The first war of independence was fought in 1857, sir. It was known as Sipahi Mutiny in the eyes of the Britishers, but as per Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, he was the first Indian to propound that it is the first war of independence.
Recently there was a violence in France.
Yes, sir.
Could you give some light on it? No idea.
देखिए तो बेटी
Yes.
Manipur violence.
Manipur violence was started after the ruling of the Honorable High Court of Manipur, giving special status to the Kukis, to the Metis communities, which are mainly inhabited in the valleys area of the Manipur, and the Kukis, who were the original STs, were inhabited in the valley, in the hilly areas. The ST status was led to communal violence. The central government has taken active part after when the situation was not controlled by the state government. Large number of paramilitary columns and army columns were sent to Manipur to normalize the situation. The Honorable Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah, was there in Manipur for 4 to 5 days to normalize the situations, and the situation is somehow under control nowadays.
I think it's okay. It's okay. Arvind, can you change this position?
Yes,
You sit like this as a army officer, from defense officer. It is better to sit like this instead of closing hands. No?
Yes, yes.
That you can make a correction. And rest of the things are okay with you. There is no issue. Last question for you. What is the role of this China's prevalence in South China Sea as a naval power? And what is the problem they are creating, for which all these countries are very much concerned about, and the Quad was created and many other things are on the pipeline?
South China Sea is the bone of contentions among the Southeast Asian nation and China, sir. The Southeast Asian nations like Philippines and Indonesia, Malaysia, which are close proximity to the South China Sea. India is having a trade relations with the good foreign relations with the Southeast Asian nations, and the freedom of navigation at sea and the adherence of United Nations Convention on Laws of the Sea to be followed every time to safeguard the maritime interest of all the countries, because the maritime trading relations will be shifted from the Atlantic Pacific to the Indo-Pacific in the future, because of
what the China problem is.
the China is dominating breaching those international laws on the South China Sea. They are encroaching the other countries' maritime boundary line, and in view of this, the Quad was formed. The Quad was the first idea of Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister of Japan in 2007, and after that for quite 7-8 years Quad was not fruitful. But nowadays Australia, India, Japan and the United States of America, both are all four are the members of the Quad. They are from in the view of the Chinese people, the Quad is regarded as the Eastern NATO, and the Quad will have to in the balance of power, because the Chinese economical progress and the military might reaching new heights day and day for the regional security, and to tackle the Chinese balance of power, the Quad will be playing an important role in the future, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Arvind. I think it's all right. Your interview is very good.
Yes, sir.
Presence of mind is also distinctly visible.
Yes, sir.
तमाम खाली टिके पर्सनालिटी एस्पेक्ट रे टिके निजो को टिके करू टिके sit straight
Straight,
like a every person.
Yes.
Don't close your hands. Open your hands like this. And rest of the things, I think it is
You will manage.
Rest of the things, I think you will be manageable at your level. ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଅଧିକା ଜିନିଷ କ'ଣ ଜାଣିବା ଦରକାର ଜାଣିଛ? ଏଇଟା ଜିନିଷ ହେଲା ତମର ନେଭିରେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଇନୋଭେସନ୍ସ କ'ଣ ଆସିଛି, ନ୍ୟୁ ଇନୋଭେସନ୍ସ କ'ଣ ଆସିଛି, ଆଉ ଯେମିତି ଚାଇନା କହିଲ ସେମିତି ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସ୍ଲୋନ୍ ରିଲେସନସିପ୍ରେ ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା ରିଲେସନସିପ୍ରେ ଦେର୍ ଇଜ୍ ଏ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍.
Yes, sir.
ହଁ, ବିକଜ ସେଇ ଯେଉଁ ରୁଟ୍ ହେଉଛି ଆମର ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସି ରୁଟ୍ ହେଉଛି ଗୋଟେ.
Yes, sir.
What is that sea route? Passing through south of Cape Comorin, linking Arabian Sea and then
Setu Samudra.
yes, Setu Samudra.
Yes, sir.
ସେଇ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟର ସିଗ୍ନିଫିକାନ୍ସ କ'ଣ ସେଇଟା ଟିକେ ତ କା ମାଇଣ୍ଡକୁ ଯଦି ଆସିପାରେ ପଚାରିପାରନ୍ତି ଟିକେ ଯିବାରେ ନେଭି ପର୍ସନ୍.
Yes, sir.
ଆଉ ଟିକେ କରେଣ୍ଟ ନ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ଉପରେ ଟ୍ରାଏ ଟୁ ଫୋକସ୍.
ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ୱେଲଫେୟାର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ
ଆଉ ଟିକେ ବାକି ତମର ନେଟିଭ୍ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ
Dhenkanal, sir.
Bengal. So Bengal is one of the unique districts in the state for contributing towards some unique features.
Yes, sir.
And तारा टिके identification, personality, and then people, culture, heritage sites, both natural heritage sites, cultural heritage sites. ये तरह से चलिए देखेगी जीवा.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
केबे अछि इंटरव्यू?
Sir, day after tomorrow.
डे आफ्टर टुमोरो अछि तेणु क्विकली ए जगह देखिबा सब्जेक्ट पर देखिया तो समय होबले दउ तो ए तक देखिकी जीवा. I think you are going to make it. We hope that
Yes, sir.
it
Thank
will
you.
not be very difficult for you.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we would like to see you.
Thank you, sir.